Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., lying in bed while everything around you is still and silent? The house is quiet, the streets are empty, and yet your mind is alert, your eyes open, and sleep feels far away. You might start to wonder, why does this keep happening? Is something wrong with me? Why can't I just sleep through the night like I used to? If this sounds familiar, know this: you're not alone. Many older seniors experience these early morning wake-ups, often at the exact same time every night. This isn't just a random occurrence or part of getting older. There are real biological, emotional, and lifestyle reasons for this early waking pattern. And once you understand them, you might stop feeling frustrated and start feeling more in control. In this video, we're going to gently walk through 5 real reasons why older adults tend to wake up around 3 a.m. And more importantly, we'll explore what your body, your mind, and your inner rhythms may be trying to tell you when this happens. We'll talk about changes in your hormones, sleep cycles, physical health, daily habits, and even emotional well-being, things that quietly shift as we grow older. By the end of this video, you may look at your 3 a.m. wake-ups in a whole new light, with more understanding, compassion, and control. Let's begin. Reason number 1. Lower melatonin levels as we age. One of the most common reasons older seniors wake up in the middle of the night, often around 3 a.m., has to do with a natural shift in the body's chemistry. As we grow older, our bodies begin to produce less melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating our sleep-wake cycle. Melatonin acts as your body's internal signal that it's time to sleep and stay asleep. In your younger years, your melatonin levels likely rose steadily in the evening, stayed strong through the night, and naturally dipped come morning. This helped you sleep deeply and continuously without giving it much thought. But as we age, melatonin production slows down. Your body simply doesn't make as much of it as it once did. And by the time you reach the early hours of the morning, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., sometimes even earlier, that reduced supply might not be enough to keep you asleep. You may find yourself waking up not because of a bad dream or a noise, but because your brain is starting to shift back toward wakefulness without enough melatonin to hold you in a restful state. Let me introduce you to Frank, age 74. For most of his life, Frank had no issues sleeping, but lately he finds himself waking up like clockwork at 3:15 a.m. Not groggy or anxious, just awake. At first, he worried something was wrong, but once he understood it was part of the natural aging process and linked to melatonin, he stopped blaming himself. Frank started making small but helpful changes. He now avoids screen time an hour before bed, keeps his bedroom darker and cooler, and takes a brief walk just after sunset to support his body's rhythm. These simple habits reinforce his melatonin cycle, and while he still wakes up early now and then, he no longer feels helpless. Understanding this change can shift your perspective. It's not a flaw, it's your body adapting. And once you know what's happening, you can work with your body, gently guiding it back toward deeper rest. Reason number 2, advanced sleep phase. Your clock has shifted. Another powerful reason older seniors tend to wake up around 3 a.m. is something called advanced sleep phase syndrome, a natural shift in the body's internal clock that often occurs with age. As we grow older, our circadian rhythm, the biological process that regulates our sleep and wake cycle, starts to move earlier. You might notice that you begin to feel sleepy well before your usual bedtime. You may even doze off in your chair during the evening news or nod off halfway through your favorite show. This shift is gradual, but real. You may not even be aware that your body has quietly reset its internal schedule. So when you fall asleep at 9 p.m. or 9:30 p.m., by the time 3 a.m. rolls around, your body feels like it's had a full night's rest, even though it's still dark outside. And that's where the frustration begins. Take Mildred, age 69, a recently retired school teacher. For decades, she followed a strict daily routine: early morning classes, active afternoons, and late evening prep. But since retiring, her evenings became quieter. She started eating dinner earlier, watching some TV, and heading to bed soon after. Without realizing it, her body clock moved up. She began waking up around 3 a.m., confused and wide awake. At first, she thought something was wrong. But after learning about the advanced sleep phase, Mildred made simple adjustments. She added a short walk after dinner, read in brighter light during the evening, and chatted with her niece around 9 p.m. These small social and sensory cues helped nudge her bedtime later and brought her wake-up time closer to sunrise. It's important to understand that this shift isn't a sleep disorder. It's a biological realignment, and it's more common than you think. In today's modern world, this early shift may not match your social life, family schedule, or even your personal preferences. But knowing what's happening allows you to make gentle changes and regain control over your rhythm. Your body's not broken, it's just operating on a new timetable. And with a little awareness and flexibility, you can still enjoy full, restful nights of sleep that suit the life you live now. Now, before we proceed, here is a little reminder. If you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to this channel, Elderly Person Diary, and like this video. This space is here for people like us, to feel connected, to find comfort, and to remind each other that we are not alone. And now, let's proceed. Reason number 3, physical discomfort and health interruptions. Sometimes waking up at 3 a.m. isn't about your sleep hormones or body clock at all. It's about something more basic, physical discomfort or quiet health issues that tend to show up when everything else is still. As we grow older, our bodies change. We're more likely to live with chronic conditions, take regular medications, or experience minor aches and sensitivities that didn't trouble us before. These issues might not bother us during the day, but at night, when we're still for hours and the world is silent, even small discomforts can feel bigger. Maybe it's joint pain from arthritis that slowly builds up as you lie in one position. Or maybe you wake up because of acid reflux, especially if dinner was a little late or rich. Even something as simple as a dry mouth, a change in room temperature, or a cramp in your leg can pull you out of sleep, right around that early morning hour. Then there's the very common issue of nighttime urination, especially in older men. As the bladder ages, it becomes less elastic and more sensitive. Even a small amount of urine can feel urgent. And once you get up, move to the bathroom and turn on the light. Your body has already shifted from deep rest into light wakefulness. It's often hard to fall back asleep after that. Medications can also play a hidden role. Blood pressure meds, heart pills, or pain relievers might cause side effects that subtly disrupt your sleep, like restlessness, increased bathroom visits, or sensitivity to noise. Consider Robert, 78, who started waking up nightly at 3 a.m. At first, he blamed stress or poor sleep habits, but after tracking his symptoms, he spoke with his doctor and realized one of his medications was affecting his hydration and bladder. With a slight change in dosage timing and a few lifestyle tweaks, Robert found that his sleep improved, and those 3 a.m. wake-ups became far less frequent. What's important to remember is this: these wake-ups aren't your body giving up. They're signs your body is still paying attention, still responding, still doing its job. By listening to those quiet signals and working with your doctor, you can make small adjustments that lead to deeper rest, better health, and a greater sense of ease in your nightly routine. Reason number 4, lifestyle habits that shift sleep patterns. Not all 3 a.m. wake-ups come from within the body. Sometimes they're the result of how your daily routines gradually shift over time, often in ways that go unnoticed. As seniors step into retirement or more relaxed living, life naturally slows down. Days become quieter, meals are eaten earlier, physical movement decreases, evening routines grow gentler, more subdued. And while this sounds peaceful, which it is, it also signals to your body that nighttime starts sooner. When the lights are low, the house is quiet, and stimulation is minimal, your brain may start releasing melatonin much earlier than it used to. You may begin feeling sleepy before 9 p.m., head to bed, and fall asleep easily. But then, you wake up around 3 a.m. because your body thinks it's already had a full night's rest. Let's take Dorothy, age 76. She used to have a busy schedule full of volunteer work, errands, and family dinners. But after her routine quieted down, she found herself eating dinner by 5 p.m., watching TV, and falling asleep in her recliner before 8:30. At first, she thought she was just tired, but then she noticed she'd wake up, fully alert, by 3 a.m. After some reflection, she realized that her body had shifted her internal sleep window without her noticing. Dorothy started making gentle changes. She took a short walk after dinner to stay active. She read in brighter lighting to help her body stay alert longer. And she added a small evening activity, like a phone call or puzzle, to push bedtime just 30 to 45 minutes later. These small adjustments made a big difference. She now falls asleep closer to 10 p.m. and wakes closer to sunrise. Another subtle habit that can affect your sleep rhythm is food timing. Eating too early or not having a light snack before bed can cause a dip in blood sugar levels during the night, enough to gently pull you out of sleep without fully realizing why. Even afternoon caffeine, like coffee or tea with a friend, can linger in your system longer than it used to, especially with a slowing metabolism. The key insight here is this: our bodies are sensitive to patterns, and when those patterns shift, so does our sleep. By becoming more aware of your lifestyle cues and tweaking them thoughtfully, you can retrain your internal clock to support better, longer, and more restful nights. Reason number 5, emotional and psychological restlessness. Not every 3 a.m. wake-up has a physical explanation. Sometimes what stirs you in the early hours isn't your body, but your mind and heart. As we age, the pace of life often slows down, and with fewer distractions comes more space for our thoughts. In the stillness of the night, long after the television is off and the house is quiet, your mind may start revisiting memories, unresolved feelings, or quiet concerns. This kind of wakefulness doesn't always come with panic or racing thoughts. It's quieter, more reflective, and often deeply emotional. Perhaps you're thinking about someone you lost. Maybe it's a conversation you wish had gone differently, or it's a question that's lingered in your heart for years, finally rising in the dark, asking for your attention. This is what we call emotional restlessness, and it's more common than many people realize, especially in the senior years. Consider Margaret, age 80. She lost her husband a few years ago. During the day, she stays active, tending her garden, chatting with her grandchildren, watching her favorite shows. But around 3 a.m., she often finds herself wide awake, her mind returning to quiet moments from the past. Not in distress, but in longing. For a long time, Margaret thought something was wrong with her sleep. But over time, she came to understand. It wasn't a sleep issue. It was her heart asking to be heard. She began keeping a small journal beside her bed. When she woke up, she'd jot down whatever thoughts came to her. Nothing formal, just honest reflections. She also added a soft ritual at bedtime, lighting a calming candle, writing a note to a friend, or listening to gentle music. These simple acts gave her emotions a peaceful outlet, and over time, her 3 a.m. wake-ups became less lonely, and sometimes even comforting. The truth is, as we age, our emotional world deepens. We've lived through joy and heartbreak, love and loss, and all those experiences shape us. In the quiet of the night, the mind finally has space to speak, and what it says is often worth listening to. So if you find yourself awake in the early hours, ask gently, what is my mind trying to say? What do I need to feel, acknowledge, or release? Sometimes the most healing kind of rest isn't found by forcing sleep, but by honoring the thoughts that rise when all else is quiet. As we come to the end of this video, take a deep breath and take a moment to reflect on what you've just heard. Maybe you've seen yourself in one or more of the 5 reasons we explored today. Whether it's the natural drop in melatonin, a shift in your internal clock, quiet discomforts in the body, subtle lifestyle changes, or emotional restlessness, these early wake-ups around 3 a.m. are not a failure. They are a form of communication from your body, your life, and your spirit. You are not broken, you are evolving. And in that evolution, you can make small changes that gently guide your sleep back toward comfort, restfulness, and peace. Most importantly, give yourself grace. Waking up at night is not always a sign of something wrong. It can also be a gentle nudge from your inner wisdom, reminding you to slow down, reflect, and listen. This stage of life brings with it a quieter rhythm, and within that rhythm, a chance to care for yourself in new, more mindful ways. So the next time you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., try not to feel frustrated. Instead, pause, breathe, listen. Your body may be asking for comfort, your mind may be asking to be heard, and both deserve your kind attention. If this video helped you understand your sleep better, don't forget to hit the like button. It really supports the channel. Also, subscribe to this channel Elderly Person Diary for more insightful and gentle content for seniors like you. And before you go, leave a comment below. What part of today's video resonated with you most? We read every message, and your voice truly matters. Explore more videos on senior wellness, sleep, and emotional care by clicking on the next video right here on the screen. Until next time, take care, rest well, and be kind to yourself.